Okay, I'll start with a Bible verse if you don't mind. Each time he said, "My grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness." So now I'm glad to boast about my weaknesses so the power of Christ can work through me. 2 Corinthians 12:9. So my name is Taro Arai. Taro means first son. Arai means wild. I'm not that wild as you think, I think. And I'm the CDO. I'm a dreamer, so Chief Dreaming Officer, CDO of Mikuni. Yes, we have a real CEO in the back. He does all the headache. And if you have any problems, everything goes to him. If you have any compliments, I'm the one to take it. All right, so first of all, I don't really deserve to be standing up here because, I have no education really. I have really nothing to boast about, but I'm very excited to be here, and thank you so much for this opportunity that I can share what God's done for Mikuni. All right, I always start with a bad joke again, sorry. All right, what did a sushi say to the bee?
What?
Yes, what's up, bee? Sorry. That's why I keep my day job. Oh, let's talk about sushi first anyway. All right. How many people like sushi? Good. But how many people knows what sushi means? Not even sushi chef know what that means. So I'm going to teach you some Japanese too today. Okay. So I'll try to make it finish by 1. All right. So all these characters came from the picture. Let's see how imaginative you are. Okay, what does it look like? Hook, anchor. Any Asian people in here? No? Okay. That's very imaginative. Upside down T. Okay. This is mountains. So over the years, thousand years, they made it simple. How about this one? Something to do with the nature. Okay, tree we write this way. That's how we write tree. River, who said river? Very nice. Well, you don't look Asian to me, but okay. All right, that's river. Good job, good job. So that's the tree, right? I love characters. You can create anything you want, but here you go. 2 tree is grove. How about 3 trees? Forest. Good job. How about people by the tree? If you draw a person by the tree, what people do by the tree? Picnic. Ooh, that's so cute. I'm glad you didn't say peeing. I'm glad. All right. So this means rest. Okay. So when we write rest in kanji character, we write this. How about a sushi? One is this. There's no way you can imagine what that is. I can't either. So this side is, I don't know what kind of fish out there a long time ago. That's fish. Looks like more like a bird to me, but okay. And this side is umami. You know what umami is? Like a fish sense of taste, like a savory. So one meaning is delicious fish. But this is more popular in Japan. Okay, su mean happy celebration. Shi mean time or meal. So I translated happy meal. You got it? So when you eat sushi, you have to be very happy, okay? All right, now you know what sushi means. But as a Japanese, I moved here when I was 15 and a half. I thought everybody eats sushi, so I brought sushi to high school. I thought I was cool kids. This is like 20-some years ago. And people look at me and, what's that thing? You can even cook it. So I'm like, oh, why? Since then, I'm thinking, why Japanese people are the one start eating raw fish like animal? Why us? I'm looking for this answer since we moved here. Anybody can give me the answer? Why Japanese people are the ones start eating raw fish? What do you think?
Because it's good.
Yes, I agree. It's so good. Healthy? Do you think they knew about omega-3 fatty acid like 1,000 years ago? Oh, I mean, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. I love it. Yes. Anything else? Nothing?
Before they had fire.
Now you're saying, well, we didn't know how to get the fire going, so we started wrong? Oh, okay. Just let you know, we make cars now, so. All right, so yeah, maybe back then. I don't know. What else?
It's just a primary source of food for the region?
Oh, for sure. I mean, okay, so Japan, how many islands, major islands? Okay, good. I thought you guys were smart people. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. So we have a Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. 4 major islands. We have over 6,000 islands. But anyway, so I was born here, this island. So yes, every day we go fishing. Whatever we caught, that was our dinner. And if we didn't catch anything, we might have to kill our chicken. So that's, yes, we're surrounded by the ocean. Yes, we had abundance of seafood. Okay, so my guess, okay, you don't have to believe me. My guess, they were impatient. Because sushi, if you study about sushi, I was so sad to be Japanese because when I was a kid, Mazda, Toyota, Nissan, wow, we made cars, we created a car. Of course, we just copied and made a hybrid, that's about it. I mean, everything else too, food too, pastikers we learned from China, tempura from Portugal's. I mean, I said sushi has to be from Japan, right? But sushi's origin is not found in Japan, so sad. 2 AD, China already had it. Before then, Southeast Asia had it, but they made it a different way. They do is that when they catch the fish, they put in a big pot with rice and salt, left it under the stone for 5 years. So what happened to the fish? Yes, for sure. Well, we call it fermentation, right? So it's like kimchi, all the stuff, when you have nothing to eat, just open up, eat a little by little. So I always go back to, this is my conclusion. First sushi chef in the world was somebody who changed the water to wine. Who did it? Of course. If he can do that, I'm sure he can do the 5-year process like that, right? So I go all the way back to Israel. He's the first one to make sushi for his disciples. Amen. That's all my guess, so you don't have to believe it. All right, so that's all sushi is all about. Then 17th century, one of the lazy, impatient Japanese guys said, forget about waiting 5 years. So he added the vinegar and the rice, and you can still smell and taste the fermentation. He started using raw fish and all different kind of varieties of fish. Then that's called nigiri, just fish and fish on the rice. That's called nigiri, means squeeze. Instead of stone, they start using hands and fingers to make sushi. And by the time sushi comes to the United States, now we're always on a roll. We are doing all the rolls, and it's been amazing ride for us. Now, finally, Japan is learning how to make all different rolls too. So I'm begging my CEO, let's open Japan so we can teach them how to make real rolls. All right, now I'd like to share how my family arrived in America and how we opened our first Mikuni restaurant. So, as you can see, I'm not an ordinary Japanese guy you'll see in Japan. And then our junior high school, we had to wear a black uniform, white collar shirt, and white shoes with yellow line. And my parents didn't have money. My dad is a pastor who, in Japan, pastors are usually not wealthy, but only spiritually wealthy. And my mom had only $150 a month to feed about 15 people in my house. We used to have mentally challenged people, mental illness people. We had all different kind of people in my house all the time. So I got all the black uniform from my bigger cousin. I got it for free, but I had to buy shoes. And I finally found the shoes with white with the red trim for half price. It was $8.40, so that was a pretty good deal. So my mom was happy. So I wore that in the first day in junior high school. 2,500 students were there. And principal called me out like, hey, you kid, come up to the stage. I said, oh, Me? I feel so special. Yes. Yes. I got on the stage. I'm waiting at my friends and showing my shoes. And principal was judo teacher. He's a big guy. He said, why don't you turn around? I said, yes, of course. And he started smacking me. Smack across my face, and I start bleeding all over my clothes. And then principal said, if you do not obey our rules, that we're going to do to you. I said, okay, I thought I was special, but not that special. So I took the shoes, I gave to my principal. I didn't wear shoes for a year just to show, I don't have money to start with. But then I went home and I told my dad, Dad, I don't think I can stay here, because even hair too, we had to shave if you play sports, and I didn't want to shave, so I did a reverse mohawk. Not mohawk, it's a reverse. I shaved just the middle. And, of course, principal pull my hair, and they bring the Sharpie and paint all the white spot, so look like normal kids, and that's how I was. And I just couldn't fit in Japan. I had no hope either. I wasn't a smart kid. Well, my dad didn't have money to put me into kindergarten, so I was preschool whole time before I go to the elementary school. So if you don't go really good school, you can't get to good junior high school. If you don't get to good high school, you're pretty much done in Japan. So, I started doing the newspaper route when I was 11. About 15 and a half, raised $6,000. So I told my parents, I'm ready, adios. And then meanwhile, my dad said, we're going to America too. I found a church, they needed a Japanese-speaking pastor. I said, great. So all of us just moved here. My dream came true. That was April 2nd, back in 1985. And as soon as we got here, we found out we have 3 congregations, they all speak Japanese. They're about 100 years old. And they paid him $450 a month. Family of 5. We had to do something. So we did a newspaper route again. I used to be pretty good at collecting cans, and we did all we can to survive every day. And then, of course, I went to Hiram Johnson. That's the only school took me in as English as a second language. And then, of course, I didn't have any friends. And one guy said, if you don't get it, just say no problem. I said, okay, no problem. Which class are you going? I just said, okay, no problem. I wrote in a book. I got ditched on the homecoming dance. She was asking me to go, I thought. She was just asking me, why don't you go with somebody else? So, of course, they made a circle. They're so nice. I danced by myself in the middle, and, that was my high school years. But anyway, then I moved 10 times a year and a half looking for cheaper rent. And meanwhile, my dad said, I like to open a restaurant. God gave me a vision and dream. Let's pray about it. I said, Dad, we have a couple thousand in the bank account. That's impossible. He's typical Asian man. I never seen him cook in my life. And he's telling me, we're opening the restaurant. I said, Dad, I don't think it's going to happen. But we had to pray all the time. And then we met it was amazing. We met the gentleman. I wrote it here somewhere. Okay. So we met one gentleman after a few phone conversation. He decided to wire $300,000 to my dad's account. No contract. He said, just pay me back whenever you can. So my dad, first thing he said was, hey son, do you believe in miracles? So I said, I do. Then I believe in unbelievable, right? Yeah, that was it. That was amazing. I mean, who gives that kind of money to a total stranger? I couldn't believe it. But anyway, so bit or worse, my father has been a pastor for all his life and still preaching for a church every Sunday. And he was one of the worst, I'll say the worst businessman in the world. I'm proudly say that because he had, of course, no English and everything, and I only can say is Mr. No Problem. That was my nickname. So my dad, what's the most important thing when you open a restaurant? You need we didn't have business concept. We had no business plan. We need a location, right? So my dad, he was a runner all his life in Japan. He opened the map. I said, son, I want to run by the river, by the dam. That's how we decide the Fair Oaks. I mean, Go River, Folsom wasn't really developed yet, so it was kind of bad location. And they said, this hood is $50,000. Oh, no problem. My dad said, write a check. We write a check. This lighting system is $15,000. No problem. We write a check. So, of course, we ran out of money right away. So we learned the word, not CDO, but we learned COD. You know, it was everything was cash on delivery. And then we had a Sumitomo Bank kicked us out, Sama Bank kicked us out. We lost all the banks, and we didn't know what to do. And then we pay more money to like a bad check, writing a bad check for the fines. Yeah, it was a lot of money we were spending. And my dad, again, he was the worst businessman. He said, tell everybody if they don't go to church, they're fired. I said, I can't do that, Dad. I mean, he tried so many things. We did breakfast too. We had to come 4:30 in the morning, and donut shop is all lined up. Okay, we can do this too. I said, okay, really? So we cooked dried fish, miso soup, stinky beans, and raw egg. We waited and waited. And then we end up eating ourselves, and we did that too. He tried everything. Anyway, when I was 21, I think I had the hardest time. And, you know, we opened the sushi bar, and I told my dad I'd like to go to school. He said, no, you're quitting school. I said, Asian parents will never tell their kids to quit school. But he was talking about Abraham, how the Abraham family. I said, yes, I know the story. Yes, I'll stay and work, of course. And then, you know, I had an ulcer. I was 30 pounds, lighter back then. And then even car too, I had a $300 Toyota Corona. I don't think you know, but it's 68. I had 240,000 miles on it. And then whenever I have to go buy from San Francisco the Japanese product, I had to do that like 1:30 in the morning. Every hour you have to stop the engine, add the water, cool off the engine. It was a long ride to San Francisco. As soon as I get to school, I just passed out. But anyway, doing that, I told my dad, more we work, more we lose money. We just keep digging the hole deeper and deeper. So I told my dad, I don't think we should do this. Let's go back to Japan. That was a mistake of mine. Let's go back. But my dad is just, I shouldn't say stubborn, but man of faith. He'll never give up. That's how he is. And he told me, just keep digging deeper. I said, oh, great. And he said, deeper the foundation, God will build something upon. That's what he told me. I said, okay, we keep digging. And then he told me two things. Actually, meanwhile, too, he just keep offering and offering at church. He's getting $450 a month. He started offering $500. That's more than 10%. And then one time he came to school to see me. I said, oh, my dad cares. He told me not to go graduation, but he comes to see me. I said, Dad, what's going on? I need some cash for buying vegetables. That was the only time he came to school to see me. But, you know, I told my dad, why can't you offer more than 10% or more than 110%? And he keep raising bars. He said, don't worry. Someday you read my diary. He writes diary every day. He said, read it when I die. I made a deal with God, more offering, he's going to bless more. I made a deal with God, so don't worry. That's what he told me. But anyway, two things he told me. One was, it's not about what you know, about who you know. I just didn't know anything about making sushi too, so I had to go Kinokuniya, which is a Japanese bookstore in San Francisco. They have a sushi for dummies, pretty much, you know. So that's how I learned how to make sushi. And then, you know, business, there's no way I knew about anything. First time they told us, we need a blueprint, you know, we need a drawing. I told my dad to draw pictures because we didn't know what blueprint was. We went to the county, they laughed at us so hard. It's like yesterday, you know. So, you know, it's not about what you know, who you know. So I said, okay, I'll meet every customer comes in. We have about 30 customers in Good Day. I went to every table, introduced myself. My dad did too. My sister did too. So we get to know everyone. They come in. And other thing he told me was, just do your best and God will do the rest. That's what he told me. And then, of course, one of my favorite verses back then was Romans 5:3-5. Everybody knows that, enjoy the suffering, because suffering bring patience. Patience bring, what was it? Good character. Yeah, so I said, my dad told me that. I said, okay, I'm going to enjoy suffering. I'm going to retire now. I'm going to have a good time, do my best. If it doesn't work out, you know who to blame. I'm going to blame upstairs. So I decided to retire that day. And since then, I never even had one bad day yet. And have you seen me crying, upset, Haru? Other than I have a back shot or something, I don't know. I never had a bad day since. And then when I was, 22, my dad said, but my dad always said no sex before marriage. I was dying. So I called my first girlfriend from Japan, please come over right now. So she came and gave her a ring, boom, 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 4 kids in 5 years, right? And here she is. That's my first girlfriend, first wife, and I hope the last wife too. But so when she had a second baby girl, my dad said, I would like to name her. I said, okay, what is it? Chio. And Chio means 1,000 sheep. I said, why do you do that? That's so boring name. Make me put in sleep or something. But my dad said, God gave me a vision. God gave me a dream. We're having 1,000 customers a day. We're having 30. We're doing about 300,000 sales a day. And he's now telling me we'll have 1,000 customers. I believe in unbelievable, right? I mean, I just couldn't believe it. So as soon as he said that, next door yogurt shop closed down. They said, we can't do the business anymore, so we're out so you can take over. So we took over for nothing. And then we just put the wall up. We didn't know how to get a permit back then, so we just illegally expanded. Sorry, we didn't know. And donut shop, after that is video store. They closed down, so we took over. Haircut closed down, we took over. Donut shop said, all right, we'll move to other side so you can take over. So we started having 1,000 customers a day. That was a miracle. And then the sushi too, I never say no problem. So people comes in, can I get a hot dog? I said, sure, no problem. I go liquor store, just buy the hot dog. I'm gonna roll with the hot dog and then serve with the ketchup and mustard. And then one guy said, I like hamburgers. Oh, no problem. I mixed with miso and made a miso happy burgers and served it. Even the kid came in, he said, I want to try sushi. And then his mom said, he'll never eat sushi. I said, give him a try. So I said, hey kid, what kind of fish would you like to have in? He said, I hate fish. I said, okay, great, you're at the right place. How about vegetables? I hate vegetables. I love SpongeBob. I said, well, something to do with the food. He said, I love peanut butter and French fries. I said, okay, come back next week, I'll make you a SpongeBob roll. So I did was Rice Krispie, peanut butter inside, and fried potato inside, make a square, the square pans, and banana on the top to make it yellow, sugar and torch it, 2 chocolate chip eyeballs, banana stems and those, and I cut out the peach and, drew skinny almond legs with the raspberry sauce. And he ate it. I love sushi. Mom, you lied to me. So I love making sushi because you can be so creative. There's no limit. So we created about 300 rolls back then. And then my chefs, I can't memorize all this, so we had to cut it down big time. And then, my dad said, keep going. And we opened 99 Roseville store, 2003 downtown, 2005 Arden, 2006 Elk Grove, 2007 Lake Tahoe, 2008, we had a little hiccup in Denver, and 2009 we opened one in Davis, and 2011 in the Fountains. So now we have, well, he's more of a detail. Okay, how many employees altogether now? From 5 to? Okay, 650. I used to say almost 700, he corrected me. So, okay, 650. And how many, okay, I know this one, 52 tons of seafood every month. Wow. Can you imagine? We didn't have money for a while to buy fish. People comes in, they say, what kind of sushi bar doesn't have fish? I said, well, we got cucumber fish, why not? So how many pounds of rice do we go through? Like a couple thousand pounds a day. That's amazing to me. So I'm living American dream, but I thank God, and of course I thank our community, and without your love and support, we could have not done it. But every opportunity I have, I want to share this too. Like my dad always said, be humble and give back to God, give back to the community. So we've been doing golf tournament. We're having 19th golf tournament, annual golf tournament this August. We raised over $1 million, including breast cancer. Last tournament we raised about 100,000. Since he's here, I have to be precise. Okay, otherwise I'll say, over 100,000. $100,000. And even tsunami happened 3 years ago now. We made a roll called Rescue Roll. We sold it $12 a roll. And then we sold 1,000 rolls in 2 weeks. That was our goal. And I was so touched by people in Sacramento area. We sold over 4,000 rolls in 2 weeks. And then, of course, with Bayside's help, we end up raising over, according to them, $190,000 for tsunami in Japan, too. So I just can't thank enough to all of you today. Without you, that's why I always said, this is not my story. This is God's story, of course, and this is your story. Each one of you are the one make this possible, to Mikuni to be surviving, and I'm here to be sharing. So I just want to thank each one of you today. Thank you very much. And since Roger is here too, so I want to thank Roger too. He was one of our good customer for years, and then he didn't get enough sushi, so he ended up working for us. And now he's retiring this year, so thank you so much for your help too. Thank you. So I had a notes about Denver and stuff, but I'm going to skip all those stuff. I wanted to share our mistakes and faults and everything, but since he's here, so I'm going to skip everything. And time too. So anyway, the Bible said, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love him. So I believe this with all my heart, and I have faith, and he has prepared something for me that exceeds my imagination, my dreams. With his mercy, I will embrace the journey and the abundant possibilities. Okay, before I go, I do a little bit more. Okay, so, okay, she knows, but what does Mikuni mean? Are you serious? You don't know what Mikuni means? What is it? Uh-oh. Yes! That's why I have a t-shirt all the time. See? It's a kingdom of God, heaven. So our word is, heaven loves me. Okay, and then we have a logo everywhere. Everywhere you see, we have to have our logo. 27 years ago, my dad created cross in the middle because we're Christian, and there's 2 P's. Okay, you can't say, you just took the class. So, all right. So when my dad made this, son, what do you think these 2 P's are? I said, of course we need some profit, right? And then I was young too. So how about pleasure? And then I would love to have prosperity. My dad said, you're out. And then my ex-accountant said, I think I know what that is. It's mean pay, please. But that wasn't it. And then my friend who has a casino, he said, oh, can I use this logo? I said, why? Plus me making money, pie gal, and poker. I said, no, you can't use that for that. And then my mom said, how about pray for peace? Oh, that's nice, but that wasn't it. So let's see if you can guess what that is. I give you a t-shirt. Anybody can guess what these P's are?
Persevere.
Oh, I don't think I can spell that.
Passion and purpose?
Passion. Ooh, who said purpose? Wow, that's one of the answer. Did she tell you this answer? I don't know. I smell fishy right there. You can give to somebody. Sorry, it's kind of big T-shirt. Okay, I don't want to be rude. So I don't want. I give double XL. Sorry. Okay, I have something else. All right. One is purpose. Yes, and then the other one is purpose and patient. Who said patient? Whew, that's another word I don't really care for. Just kidding. No, Japanese people are very famous for being patient, like my dad. Yes, that's why I'm here. What else? Patient. Prayer.
Providence.
Planning.
I can't spell it. Planning, prosper. What do you do in church?
Praise.
Oh, everybody says same time. Okay. Since you're the wife of, yes, you get a $25 coin. All right. So, okay, I have more gift. Sorry, I took it from them. I want to make sure. This is a $25 gift card. So, I borrowed it. I'll pay back. Okay. So, Japanese people are famous for patient, and they're usually. Yes.
Don't give it to me.
Yes, I'm not.
To the crowd.
Okay, polite, and then how about last thing? They're usually, I'm not good at it.
Proper.
It's like precise. Yes, punctual. Yes, very good. There you go. Okay, any other question about Sushi or Mikuni? Whew, I finished before 1.
Where's the next location?
Well, I'm the CDO. I didn't tell me yet, but I'd love to have at least 20 locations, right? And, okay, you know why we have an octopus? We have 8 locations right now. That's why we have an octopus. But we like to have 20, so I don't know what kind of animal has 20 arms. But, and then I already begged him, we are looking for Bay Area, right? All right, good, I'm waiting. I don't know, I feel like engine just started, so I don't know. I'm waiting for him to say, let's do it, so. Yes, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna talk about you today, okay. Anything? Yeah, I'm blessed to have my brother-in-law as a CEO. He's very honest. He's on the other side of the world with me. He sees all the facts, and I only dream, and we team up very good together. That's my perspective. I don't know. Yeah, so we're trying to get together closer and closer. Right. Yeah, he wrote me a long email the other day, and do you see Doug? I said, yeah, they're having fun. And then, well, I see only his leg work under the water. Oh, okay. But he has been changing. He said, I can see half full glass now. He said, oh, that's amazing. But I see cup is overfull. We got to change the bigger cup. But I don't know. We're getting closer and closer. I love it. So any question about anything? About business, you better ask him, but anything?
Any other questions? Any other family? And how much family?
My brother is assistant executive chef, and his wife, my sister, used to run the whole thing back in the days. She just designed T-shirt with me now. Yes?
What part of Japan you come from?
Right here, little island called Amakusa. And then actually, if you do precise, Nagasaki is here. My grandpa said he saw the mushroom. That's why I look like this, I think. I don't know. You know the mushroom. Yes, I'm from Little Island right here. So, anybody been to Japan? Oh yeah. Have you been to Tokyo? Woo, so many people. Oh, you been to Okinawa? That's over. Yes. That's not Japan. Just kidding. Yes, it's Japan. Yokosuka. Where's Yokosuka? Around here? By Tokyo, right here. Kobe. And Hiroshima. Okay. I have so many things to share, but I don't know. Yes.
Where do you get your ideas for your new creations?
Creation?
Yeah, roles.
Mostly customers. He comes in, I say, I don't like this, I like that, no problem. Okay, what do you like? And then they just, like a Marilyn, her name is Marilyn, she said, it's my birthday. I love scallop and crab and shrimp. I say, okay, let's call it Marilyn Monroe. We still sell it after 20 years, yeah. So I never say no to you either. So if you come in, if you have an idea of the name or role, please let me know, we'll make it. So you can make a, inTouch role too, of course. Yes?
If you have a dinner party at your house, are you the sushi chef or do you bring somebody else?
When we have a party in my house, actually she does all the work. But yeah, we have a party all the time, like 50 people comes to my house. Huh? Yeah, my sons work. I have 4 kids, 2 in college, 2 in high schools, and yeah, they do all the work for us. That's why they're here too. And then we need more employees too. So I wanted to have 7 kids, but she said after 4 I'm done. So we need grandkids quick.
So what's your biggest challenge in business?
I mean, not knowing anybody, not knowing the language. I don't know. Seems like everything was. But
you got through that. Today, what's your biggest challenge today growing in your business?
I think communication. Well, we try to work on the communication. That's what's our purpose for having business, and try to pass it on to general managers and to all the 650 employees. That's a really hard one. And he tell me not to say this, not to say that. He always, watch out for me. So I have to be smart about it. Like, in Facebook, I love social media. You can follow Mikuni Taro on Instagram, Twitter. But, Facebook too, I used to write, got this, got that, got this. And he warned me, if you do that, you might exclude a lot of people. So I pray about it. So before I send it to him and my marketing director, my COO. Is it okay to post? But eventually, I know how to, not to be offensive, but, how to be softened a little bit. And, our goal is to bring other people to Christ too. So that's my target too. So, then now they understand where I'm coming from. So we communicate so much better, understanding about God more too. So that was a good problem to have. So far, every problem, I don't see any problems. It's all challenges for me. So, I mean, he sees other problems. I see the challenge. Huh? Yes, I'm retired when I was 21. So, every day is a blessing. Thank you so much for being part of it. Yes.